It's almost as if they truly hate our country. Look, they're not stupid because they cheat on elections so well they can't be stupid. I really believe they must hate our country. Who wants an open border where people from mental institutions are being dumped into the U.S., where people from prisons, where entire prison populations of countries are being, and I'd do the same thing if I was the president of a South American, or not only South American, they're coming from all over the world. They're dumping their prison population into the United States of America. They're dumping their people from mental institutions and words that aren't used anymore. Insane asylum. Did you ever hear? You're too young. That's where Silence of the Lamb. That's where Silence of the Lamb happens to be presented. But insane asylums. These are seriously sick. They are being dumped into the United States of America, these people. There was an article I read not so long ago about a man who worked in a mental institution in South America. And he said, I work 24 hours. I have nothing to do anymore because our people that are here have all been brought to America. They've been dumped into the borders of these open borders. Who wants open borders? Who wants high interest rates? We have very high interest rates now. It's really clogging up. I mean, it's really causing a big problem. You're going to have a big recession very soon. So many different things that they're doing. Even the electric cars. Not everybody wants to drive a car for an hour and a half and then have the car.
No.
I mean, you'd like to be able to drive for 6 hours or 7 hours and then get a nice load of very inexpensive gasoline. So it's very sad what's happening in our country, but the biggest thing that's happening and the scariest thing that's happening is that we've never been in a position where we're more vulnerable because of the incredible power of weaponry, and other countries have these weapons. You know, energy is a thing that caused inflation. When they closed up the energy, the cost of energy, the cost of a tank of gasoline, it went up to $5, $6, $7, $8 in some places, and it's still very high. And if you bring down the cost of energy, and if you do some very basic things, how about the old ones that are sitting there rusting and nobody wants to take them down? And they say you can't put the blades underground because it would be very bad. It's a type of fiber, and you can't bury it because it'll be bad for the environment if you bury it. So what are you going to do with it? Throw it up in the air? You look at certain areas around Coachella. You look at some of those areas where you have those abandoned wind farms. They look like junkyards. And remember, those windmills, many of them are very bad looking to start off. Some have a better design, but they start to rust, they start to rot. And in a certain number of years, they get abandoned. And they say, let's go to another location. No, it's like, it's a very, very expensive form of energy. And solar's not powerful enough. If you look at solar, but it's just not big enough. And here we're sitting on the greatest amount of liquid gold, oil and gas, anywhere in the world. And we have it. And we're going to Venezuela now to get it. We're going all over and we have it. We're sitting on it. And now they want to make all electric cars where the batteries are made exclusively by minerals and other things that are in China and other places that China, like the Congo, that China sort of controls, okay? And almost nothing comes out of the United States.